Hi, I'm Dr. Khurram Shaukat Yusufzai. We visited the Proton Motors at the Ring Road, Peshawar to see the newly introduced made in Malaysia Proton Saga sedan. Today I'm standing in Proton Khyber Motors in Peshawar. So they have introduced two cars. One is this Proton X70 SUV, and the other is the sedan, which is available in three variants. So let me talk to the General Manager Sales, Mr. Noman Khan. How are you, Noman Khan?
Fine. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for hosting us here in Khyber Motors Peshawar, which is situated on the Ring Road. So I will give their address and the telephone number below, where you can contact them for buying these new exciting cars which have come to Pakistan. So let me ask Mr. Noman about these three variants of the Proton Saga. So what are these three variants, Mr. Noman?
Three variants: Saga Proton is Ace, Saga Ace top variant, Saga Ace, and standard automatic and manual transmission. Manual transmission price 19,75,000 only, and standard automatic price 21,25,000 only, and Ace automatic price 22,25,000 only.
Excellent. So the topmost variant, the Ace, has all the features. So I will tell you about these cars, and I'll show you one by one. And at the end of video, I'll put the specification of all these variants of Saga and the Proton X70. So you can pause the video and watch them one by one. So let's begin. The Proton Saga Sedan Ace variant, which is the top of the line variant, has DRL lights at the front bumpers, as well as the parking sensors at the front and at the back. And it has 15-inch alloy wheels, which has 185/60 R15 tires, which makes this car look good and very stable. The Proton has been introduced in Malaysia as this Saga sedan for last 30 years, and this is the third generation of the Proton Saga. And this version is the facelifted version of the third generation, which has a automatic 4-speed gear mated with 1.3 liter engine. And previously, before the facelift, it used to have a CVT gear, but now this new version has a traditional torque converter 4-speed automatic gear, which makes it very quiet and also very good in fuel consumption. It gives about 16 to 17 on the highway and about 12 kilometers per liter in the city. And this car is now introduced in Pakistan, and the Ace variant has a updated multimedia with the easy connection, with which you can join the Android phone whose screen can be mirrored. So this version also has apart from the usual things which it shares with the other variant, which is the standard variant, which is available in manual and automatic two versions. This one has provision for child seats as Isofix. The seats are made with waterproof black cloth, so you just have to clean with the cloth and it dries very quickly. And this Saga Intelligent Choice has body color matching side mirrors, which are foldable, and it is powered mirrors. although the lower standard variant also has the same features. Inside the car, the speedometer is pretty nice, and the dashboard has a silver touch finish, silver chrome finish at the AC vents, which is unique to the Ace variant. The boot trunk has capacity of 420 liters, and it can be opened via the remote electrically. The engine is nice, and it is provided with usual things, along with power steering, which is not electric but hydraulic. The battery is maintenance free. This is a 4-cylinder VVT engine. The knife is the key is jackknife, and when you start the car, the display is very nice. Maximum speed is 220 kilometers on the speedometer, and the multimedia is very nice. The easy connection lets you attach the phone, and you can mirror the screen, and it can also play Bluetooth as well as from the USB. The mirror has a button for deflection, the reflection. There are 2 LED lights for passenger and the driver, and which is only present in the Ace variant. You can get the calls from your phone, and there are buttons on the screen for answering the phone, as well as there is a mode button to change the bands and changing from FM to Bluetooth audio or easy connection. The easy connection lets you play Google Maps and Waze, and some apps are playable through the easy connections. It does not have support for Android or Apple CarPlay. The AC vents has a chrome finish, as you can see, which is particular to the Ace variant. The dashboard and the interior looked nice, although it was made of sort of a hard plastic material, but it was pretty nice. The multimedia was very swift. There was no lag, which I think is a good thing, because some of the cars have a multimedia which lags. The glove box is good enough. The AC vent is lower to the multimedia, and there is a place to keep your phone below the AC vents. The air condition is normal, it's not climate control. There are buttons for switching off the traction control. The Ace variant has traction control, ABS brakes, EBD, which are standard on all the variants, but this one has traction control, hill assist, and downhill assist as well, with the automatic gear, which is only available in the top variant. The speedometer, in the middle there is a information screen, tiny one, which tells you which door is open, and it also tells you the engine hood, and the trunk indication is also there in the middle screen. The reverse camera, you can switch on the reverse camera by putting the gear in reverse, and it has a good resolution, but at night maybe not very bright, but the parking sensors at the back come in handy. The On the right side is the the buttons for the wipers and other stuff. This is the mode button for changing the multimedia. The Proton badge is in the middle of the steering. The middle cluster also tells you which gear is there. Like if you put it on drive, it will show you D, and if you put it on the sports mode, it will show you sport. The volume and the phone pickup buttons were also on the steering wheel. The automatic gear has a button. By pressing this, you can shift it from park to drive, and if you go all the way, the bottom one is a sports variant. In the S mode, you can go up to 1, 2, 3 gear, not to the fourth one because this is 4-speed. But the drive mode, you can drive just like any automatic with torque converter will do. It does not have a triptronic function where you can change the gear by plus or minus, which is missing in this Proton. Although this gear comes from the Hyundai Picanto as some I think, and in the Picanto it has the plus minus function like up to the third gear, but this function is not given in this Proton Saga. But still pretty good for the Pakistani roads, because in Pakistani roads automatic gear has become a necessity because of the traffic congestion, and to have this car at a lower price is good. The AC vents match the door handles chrome finish, and the door has the buttons for the mirrors, for the windows up and down. The handbrake is manual like traditional one. There are 4 speakers in the multimedia in the Ace variants, and there are only 2 speakers in the standard version, both in the manual and automatic versions. The sun visors has mirrors, and on the passenger side as well as the driver side. The driver side also has a card holder where you can put the ticket or the card when you pass the toll plazas. The glove box is a bit small but still sufficient. The driving position is comfortable, and there was ample space for a 6-foot person like me, and this is the best one in this class of small sedans in Pakistan when you compare it with Chang'an Alswin and the Toyota Yaris, because when I sat in those, my head was almost touching the roof. And even if you sit in the back, the Alswin and the Toyota Yaris, the roof is kissing your top of the head. But in Proton Saga, I had ample room, so this is good for Pakistan, where people when there are a lot of speed bumps and speed breakers, and there is ample space for a person not to hit his head on the roof. So this is the best seating and ample space in Proton Saga, in my opinion. The standard variant, as you can see, has no alloy rims in the manual version. In the manual version, there are wheel caps, and the side view mirrors are not of the body color matching, and there are no DRL lamps. And the difference between the automatic and the manual version is this, that in the automatic version there are alloy rims, but in the manual version there are no alloy rims. and the size of the rims in standard version is 14. The size of Ace version alloy rims is 15. The headlights are halogen, so there are no LED lights in this. Apart from the LED DRL in the Ace one, the standard one has no LED. This the reverse lamps, and the back lamps are also halogen bulb one. So pretty nice finish of a made in Malaysia car. The petrol lid is on the right side of this car, which is odd because in Malaysia they also have a steering on the right side, but in this car the fuel lid opener is on the right side. The back brakes are trailing. There are no disc brakes, but the front one has disc brake, and in this facelifted version they have a bigger disc brake as compared to the second generation, and in the earlier third generation as well there was a smaller disc brake, but in this facelifted version after 2019 they put a bigger disc, so the braking of this is better, and it also has a EBD, electronic brake distribution, and ABS brakes. There are two airbags. The airbag number is 2. So this car has a good feel and open seats, but one thing is deficient is there is no armrest in the middle of seats, which if Proton had put in it, it would be nice. The manual stick is 5-speed. There are 5 gears, and it's very good for the hilly areas, because in the hilly areas the stick shift is better and it's 5-speed, and the fuel consumption is also better in the manual stick shift. In the manual version there was a lamp in the middle of the roof, and same lamp is also present in the automatic version. So it gives the 0 to 100 km for the stick shift is 12 seconds, and for the automatic version it's about 13 seconds. And the fuel consumption of the manual version, maybe it's better than 16 or 17 as well on the highway. Which is really good fuel consumption. The multimedia for the standard version is not having easy connection, although it can play USB and Bluetooth, and it's a touch system multimedia. This is the gear shift for the standard version. There are 2 cup holders as well in the automatic standard as well as the Ace variants. The speedometer of the standard version is the same. It's very beautiful, although some indications of the electronic stability control, EBD, ABS are not ABS EBD is present, but the electronic stability control light indicator is not here. You can switch off the electronic stability control in the Ace variant from the button, as I'd shown you before. And there are two speakers in this standard variant, both for manual and automatic with the multimedia. And in the parking sensors are only present at the back, not in the front. The standard version, both manual and automatic, has parking sensors at the back, but in the ACE variants you have parking sensors at the front as well as at the back. So I hope you liked my video, and I hope you subscribe to my channel so we can make such wonderful videos for you. And I wish Proton best wishes for introducing this model, and I hope the CKD version comes to Pakistan soon, because they were CB units I reviewed, and I hope they provide the spares and services at a lower price to make this Proton brand successful, because previously in our experience, in our research, Mazda, Nissan and a lot of brands in Pakistan were not successful because they were not providing the spares and services at reasonable prices or low prices. And because of the spares and sales, only those brands are successful, like Toyota in Pakistan. So if Proton is able to provide good services, this would be one of the best brands in Pakistan, and I would request Proton to give good price of spares and sales for its customer to make it one of the top brands in Pakistan. So here are the specifications. You can pause the video and compare the standard and the ACE variants. There is a R3 version, very limited, only 1000 of these are made by the Proton company. I will also review that in a separate video. So take care and goodbye, and hope to see you soon.